On page 63, we have some examples. They're just kind of they're short parts of songs that to practice some of the stuff that you just learned. So if you look down the left side of the page, you'll notice it's all bass clef, so it's all left hand, and it's all using that bass C pentascale, those 5 notes. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this one in. Grab your pencil, 4 on, and see if you can figure out what that is. You can always look back here and see. That's on the middle line. So notice it's the middle line of the bass clef. So which one is on the middle line? Look on this page here and see which one is on the middle line. And you'll see it's D. So we'll go ahead and put a D there in the music. So that's going to be, again, your 5th finger will be on C. So 4th finger is on D. All right, here we go. All right, so there's your bass C, pinky's on bass C, but we're going to start with the D right next to it with the 4th finger, okay? All right, and we're going to say the letters and count, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. D, F, 2, F, D, F, 2, F, G, G, 2, F, G, F, G, F. All right, let's do that again, all right? So 4th finger, ready, go. D, F, 2, F, D, F, 2, F, G, G, 2, F, G, F, G, F. Okay, now, same thing as before, and I can, your teacher can work with you in person on this, but just a little bit of a lift in between those slurs. So it's not supposed to be all connected. In those spots you want a little bit of a lift. So not a rest. You have to cut the half note short. So but you can hear the F restart there. All right, and that's why that's there. So let's do that again, okay? And try to do a little bit of a lift in between those, okay? Ready, go. D, F, lift, F, D, F, lift, F, G, G, 2, F, G, F, G, F. All right? Okay, let's go on to Ode to Joy. And you can, by the way, if you want to pause and work on that one, I would encourage you to do that if you were not able to keep up with me and say the letters. If you struggle with any of that, go ahead and pause it and practice that to the point where you can say the letters and play it smoothly. Okay, and then after that, you can press play and go on to the next one, which is Ode to Joy. Okay, so again, bass C position. All right, and this one says 3rd finger. So what is that note? Look at the key. Look at your keyboard and try to figure it out from that. So you know that your pinky's on C, 4th finger is on D, 3rd finger is on E. Okay, that's going to be the first note. So go ahead and write that in the notebook. Go ahead. I mean, in your book, your study book there. Put an E there. All right, so you remember that. All right. So 3rd finger, find that bass C again to get your position. 3rd finger on E. All right. Now this one, rhythmically speaking, is pretty easy. All right. So you should be able to get this. But again, watch the book. Don't watch the screen, and say the letters. Okay. Ready, go. E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D, 2, lift. Next line, 3rd finger E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C, 2. All right, so again, that one was probably a little bit easier actually than the first one, the Rise and Shine. But either way, just pause the video, work on that, play it another couple of times, and then press play and go on to the next one. Okay, and the next one, it says to start on finger 2. So what is that note? Figure out what that is. Again, you can do it from here. C, D, E. 2nd finger is going to be on F. All right, so put an F right there. All right, and it does say to play piano, so we'll play this one a little softer. All right, so the title is All Through the Night. It's a lullaby, so should be quiet. All right, so we're gonna start with second finger. And how many beats does that dotted half note get? We're gonna start with that, 3 beats. So you're gonna say F, 2, 3 on that one at the beginning, okay? And very quietly, play as quietly as you can. And again, say the letters, it always helps. Okay, starting with second finger, ready, go. F, 2, 3, E, D, 2, F, 2, lift, first finger, G, 2, 3, F, E, 2, C, 2, lift, fourth finger, D, 2, 3, 4, next note up, E, 2, 3, E again, E, F, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that again. I'm gonna do a little bit faster and try to get those lifts in there, okay? Move this down just a tad so you can see a little better on my wrist, okay? Okay, 1, 2, ready, play. F, 2, 3, E, D, 2, F, 2, lift, G, 2, 3, F, E, 2, C, 2, lift, D, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now again, same thing with that. Pause the video, work on that for a minute, play it a few times, and then go on, press play and go on to Lightly Row. All right, Lightly Row says start on first finger. So what is that note? So you can count up from the pinky, C, D, E, F, G. All right, so that one's G. So go ahead and put a G in the music on that line, that blank line for Lightly Row. All right, and we're gonna try to do those lifts, okay? So, all right, so starting with the thumb, all right, ready, go. G, E, lift, E, 2, lift, F, D, lift, D, 2, lift, C, D, E, F, G, 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 lift, G, E, 2, lift, F, D, D, 2, lift, C, E, G, G, C, 2, 3, 4. By the way, when you have a repeated note, if you leave the wrist down as opposed to lifting it, it's more likely to be smooth, okay? Whereas, of course, if you lift, they're more likely to have a separation, okay? So we do that one again a little faster, Lightly Row, starting with the thumb on G. Ready, go. G, E, lift, E, 2, lift, F, D, D, lift, C, D, E, F, G, 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 lift, G, E, E, lift, F, D, D, lift, C, C, 2, 3, 4, and then lift, and you're done. All right, so again, practice that one. That was a little fast, so you may need to practice that one, and it's got a lot of lifts in it with the wrist, so practice that. If you can't quite get the lifts, it's okay, but do the best you can. Try to do those lifts, and remember the lift is just enough for the note to stop playing, so you don't want to come off except at the end when we're done.